just want to say thank you guys for your support. And I just want to let you guys know why I don't want to be famous. Because, see, I lived in multiple neighborhoods, and a lot of rich people, they don't have YouTube pages. A lot of rich people don't have Instagram. And the main thing about it is, when it comes to fame, to me, I feel like that's for lazy people. And the thing about fame is, it forces you to be taken advantage of. And me, I'm just a go-getter. I'm just a hustler. And I thank God that I'm successful. And I just want to let everybody know that if you rock with my content, Rise Above and Beyond in the building, you already know what it is. I just want to let you guys know, put in the work. And I'm going to say this again, put in the work. The craziest thing about life right now is nobody wants to work hard. Nobody wants to go in overdrive. Nobody wants to hustle. Nobody wants to be low key. See, listen, I don't want to brag about it, but see, growing up, I was in the streets. And the main thing about a lot of guys that were in the streets, they never wanted to be seen. At the end of the day, they wanted to move low key. Nowadays, you got dudes out here hustling on an iPhone with technology. Fame is for lazy people. You got to think about it. When you work hard, you feel better about yourself. When you put in the work, you feel great. Like, if I'm not doing YouTube, I'm on Zoom calls. If I'm not doing YouTube, I'm doing consultations. If I'm not on YouTube, I'm in the SRC. If I'm not in the SRC, I'm in my Discord. I'm always putting in the work. And I want to share this with you guys because a lot of you guys, you might want to be a YouTuber and you might want to be famous one day. And I'm going to let you guys know, don't quit your day job. And I'm going to say this again, don't quit your day job. Because, see, a lot of people don't understand, but when it comes to entertainment, you guys have to stop and think about it. Do you own the company that you're providing the entertainment for? And if you don't own the company that you're providing the entertainment for, chances are you're probably working for pennies on a dollar. See, listen, this is a documentary of me doing 3 years. Love for Malaysia, no way for Malaysia. Hey, listen, at the end of the day, to me, that's what it's all about, man. Shout out to Malaysia in the building. Listen, when it's all said and done, I don't care what society's trying to do. I don't care what they're trying to promote. Listen, you got to stand for something. See, the coolest thing about being a grown man is you stand for something. And I stand for hard work. Everybody put an HW in the chat. Put an HW. Listen to you while I'm driving. You already know what it is. Whatever you say, you spit facts, no cap. Listen. Don't want to sound cheesy, but listen, we dropping facts like a fax machine. You already know what it is. That never stops. Listen, the best thing society ever did was show a whole bunch of lazy people making a lot of money. And then when you see a whole bunch of lazy people making a lot of money, a lot of people come to YouTube and they envy that. A lot of people come to YouTube and they become jealous of that. So what happens is people have 9-to-5s. And instead of them appreciating their 9-to-5s, instead of them going to the 9-to-5 and working hard, what happens is they envy and they lust after people working for pennies on a dollar. You guys have to understand. Everybody put P-O-D. Everybody put P-O-D, pennies on a dollar. See, me, I feel like it takes a leader to do something to be first. And before I came in the game, you probably have a couple other dudes, but I don't know who they are. And I really don't care. But at the end of the day, when I came in the game, I was like, listen, I'm going to change the semen retention game. I'm going to go for a whole year. When I first started watching semen retention content, people was going out 265, 200. They wasn't even lasting. So at the end of the day, I said, I'm going to be the first one to do 1 year. Then I said, I'm going to be the first one to do 2 years. Then I said, I'm going to be the first one to do 3 years. Listen, it takes a leader to be first. And I'm going to say that one more time. For any of you guys that want to start something, you guys have to understand, when you start something, people always are going to want to piggyback. It's natural. But you guys have to understand, it takes a leader to do it first. But when I started semen retention, I wasn't thinking about money. I was thinking about the future. I was thinking about the youth. And that's what makes you a stand-up guy. Listen, I don't care what nobody said. When you're in your 30s, the best feeling in this world is to give back. And somebody in the SRC said this, and I'm going to leave this up. I'm going to leave this live up. And he was like, you pretty much lit the flame. Now it's time for us to carry it on. And that's what it was all about. I just wanted to light the flame with the La Pampara Prendia and get all the younger guys excited, and they carry the torch. They carry the flame. That's what it's all about. But I had to go out and I had to do it first. But when I was making semen retention content, listen, I already know semen retention content is not going to get more than 5,000 views. There is no money in the semen retention game. If somebody tried to do semen retention after me, they're going to be sadly mistaken. There is no money in the semen retention game. See, at the end of the day, I work hard outside of YouTube. So when I come to YouTube, I'm not like these other guys. And I hate to say it, and I don't like to use I'm not even going to use that term because this video is going to get monetized. But at the end of the day, I'm not a slave on YouTube. If I want to take 3 months off on YouTube, I can take 3 months off on YouTube. If I want to post a Mark the Mentor and I don't want to post on my main page, Travel on a Budget, I can do that. If I want to do Patreon only, I can do that. I'm not a slave on YouTube. You guys have to understand, YouTube is not paying unless you're getting, hundreds of thousands of views. Then you're going to see some real change. But trust me, a lot of people are not getting hundreds of thousands of views. And the thing about YouTube is, once you get that 100,000s of views, is if you don't continue with the 100,000s of views, the money goes down. You got a different type of focus. You're inspiring young brothers like me. Listen, I feel like that's what it is for older men. Nowadays, older men, they trying to be young. Nowadays, you got older men. Listen, let me tell you something. Everybody put SGC in the chat. And it's not going to work. At the end of the day, when it comes to reality, you got to be hard on yourself. You got to be tough. Tough love is the best love. But everybody put SGC in the chat because a lot of people are scammers. And what scammers do, and when I mean scammers, they have sound good content. They talk to young men and it sounds good. But listen, you can't be kind. Well, you can be kind, but you have to really tell young men what the hell is going on in the world. You got to tell them what's really going on. Listen, out of my message, I will say, without capping, everybody put WOC. Without capping, I probably had over 100 private testimonials in my email. To me, I'm successful. That's a success. That's a success. Listen, the whole goal is this. Whatever you do, the goal is never to reach the masses. This is why it's so important to always work hard. And this is why it's so important to always focus on reality. And this is why it's so important to not focus on fame. Because in order to be famous, you're dealing with the masses. 9 out of 10, in order to deal with the masses, you have to be involved with entertainment. When it comes to entertainment, listen, everything is about being cool. At the end of the day, as an older man, your job is not to be cool. Your job is supposed to tell young men the real. What happens if your mother die? What happens if your father die? What happens if your great auntie die? What happens if your whole family go on a cruise and they die? Can you survive as a man? That doesn't sound pleasant. That's not SGC. That's not sound good content. But at the end of the day, it's a reality check. Listen, all you guys watching this video right now, can you guys survive if something happened to your family? To all you guys watching this content right now, could you live in any city that you want to live? Could you pick up and just go to any city? It doesn't matter if you drive there. It doesn't matter if you fly there. If you guys can pick up and go to any city, put a 50 in the chat. If you guys can't go to any city, and if you guys can't pick up and move and do whatever you want to do, put a 100 in the chat. If you could do it Listen, at 50, that's what's up. If you can't do it, this is how you change your life. What if you get canceled? Listen, let me tell you guys something. There is no money. Listen, YouTube, YouTube to me, I feel like this. YouTube is like anything. When it first start, how do I put this? Everybody put BAS. We're gonna break down how everything goes in life. It could be YouTube. I mean, it could be anything in life. This is what companies do to a lot of people. It's called the bait and switch. Now, we got a couple hundreds in the chat. Now, to you guys who's keeping it real and putting 100 in the chat, go out there and make a change. Make a change. That's how it is. That's how you move on. That's how you move on. You don't move on with sound good content. You move on with reality. You guys have to understand. When YouTube first started, yeah, they was probably paying some good money. But at the end of the day, let me tell you guys something. A lot of people on YouTube, they're pretty much working for fame. They're pretty much working for, oh, I hope people like me. Or if I'm chilling with a chick, I'll be like, yeah, that's my page. But how much are you making on YouTube? A lot of people, I laugh. A lot of people at me. And I'm like, why are you at me? You're not making money. Like, it's serious. Like, a lot of people, they want to be famous. And I'm like, no, there's no money in fame. There's no money in fame. Rappers, if there was money in fame, Duke the Jeweler would still be alive, rolling dice with Bootsy. If there was actual money and fame, you wouldn't have these guys like Thugger Thugger going down with the Rico case. At the end of the day, when it comes to reality, you guys have to focus on being independent. That is the first step to adulthood. At the end of the day, I don't give a damn who likes my content. I don't give a damn who likes me. One thing for sure is when I walk the streets, I get respect. And that's all that matters. When it comes to virtual online, listen, that's online. In reality, that's something totally different. And with that being said, you guys have to stay focused on reality. Reality is your best friend. If this internet goes down, at the end of the day, what's your life like? Shout out to my man Jay 3014, all facts. Listen, respect is everything. Listen, when it's all said and done, at my age, I turned 37 next month. And I love saying 37 next month because black men drop like flies. I keep it real. I keep it 100. You see guys 21 dropping like flies, 22 dropping like flies, 23 dropping like flies. So at the end of the day, feel so proud. It's such an honor. You know, as a black man, I hate to say, but they had so many traps set up for us, psychological traps, psychological warfare. At the end of the day, it is what it is. So to be 37, I mean, shout out to Akon. I feel like a soul survivor. But I feel like it's so important that we help young men to be focused. I feel like it's so important that we help young men to be serious. It's like, at the end of the day, all cultures, they have like a serious side to them. But it's like black men, they just want to laugh, joke, and giggle. It's like nothing is funny if your mother is struggling. Nothing is funny if you can't take care of your mother. Nothing is funny if you can't send your kid to private school. Nothing is funny at that point. Like, I mean, you got people out here doing the most and their mothers are struggling. You got people doing the most and their dad is struggling. You got people doing the most. And in reality, their family's struggling. At the end of the day, a lot of people feel like in order to be an entertainer is nothing more than a clown. We got to be bosses. Yeah, you got to, listen, it's all about everybody. Before we finish this live, 5 more minutes left. It's all about ownership. See, when I come to YouTube, I don't own YouTube. I don't even own my own platform. When I come to YouTube, to use my voice to help people that's going through it, to help people who feel depressed, to help people feel like, man, there's no hope. When I come to YouTube, listen, I'm the voice. I'm the voice of the streets and I'm the voice of the suburbs. Let it breathe. I'm gonna say this again. I'm the voice of the streets and I'm the voice of the suburbs. Let it breathe. So when I come to YouTube, I come to YouTube with hope. I come to YouTube to wake up a nation. I don't come to YouTube for money. I come to YouTube to really, if somebody feel like giving up, if somebody's on their last leg, if somebody feeling like, oh man, I don't feel like waking up in the morning, I come to YouTube to tell you, get your ass up. Hit that alarm. Get to it. Get active. That's what I come to YouTube for. At the end of the day, listen, it's all about giving back to the youth. It's all about giving back to the future. But we live in a culture right now where a lot of youth, they want to be disrespectful, and they can be disrespectful by their damn selves. I don't make content for people who want to troll. I don't make content for people who want to go against the grain. I make content for serious young men. And trust me, all of Gen Z ain't soft. Trust me. We got a lot of young steppers out here that make me proud, and that's why I still keep making content for a lot of young men. As far as older men, a lot of these dudes, man, these dudes are desperate. A lot of these dudes, they be click hopping. A lot of these older dudes, they want fame more than these younger dudes. So with that being said, when it comes to these younger guys, man, I'm really impressed by you guys. You guys are really locking in. You guys are really starting businesses. It's all about ownership. If you own nothing, you have nothing. And I'm gonna say this one more time before I finish. We got 5 more minutes left. If you own nothing, you have nothing. See, a lot of people, they're focused on being entertainers, and at the end of the day, look what happened to Kyrie Irving. Look what happened to Kanye West. Look what happened to many others who pretty much base their whole lives around entertainment. And if YouTube, just cancel your channel. Listen, people don't realize YouTube could just cancel your channel for any reason. It's about the hunt. That's what it's all about. It's about the hunt. It's about the thrill. It's about going out there. It's about making something happen. And if you don't make something happen, it's all about waking up the next day. Listen, everybody just put G7, and that's how we're going to finish this live. Every day you wake up, tell yourself it's game 7. In sports, in the NBA, listen, you have 7 games. Always tell yourself, whenever you wake up, it's game 7. See, sometimes as men, we get lax. And when we get lax and we get chill and we get too comfy, that's when we go down. That's when we fall off. Every day you wake up, listen, if my message really impacts your life, if my message really helps you out, tell yourself every day is game